There are a couple that are released on TradingView. Having said that, the best, the tried, the true is still going to be the one on MT5. That's 100%. If you want to understand the strategy, and honestly, you don't even need a lot of indicators or oscillators to understand the strategy. Honestly, my still tried and true. So we have a couple of things that the developer is working on. He promised that he had quite a few weeks this Christmas season to get a lot knocked out. I'm hoping that is the case and that is done. But we have JGS for automation, TradingView, and potentially NinjaTrader. That's something that I'm really excited about. Again, the limitations on your personal daily loss limits and targets are still it's not the strategy, it's the management kind of concept. Super excited there. But a lot of different strategies that we've been working on. Inside out is a good entry method, right? Would I use it as my standalone? No. But if I'm looking for a buy and I'm just looking for that reason, having something like that up on multiple time frames or on a single smaller time frame, it just gives me that confluence. It gives me a tighter stop, right? I could double the stop loss and it would still be a very small amount of points. So it's kind of cool to see that in action. So we've got a lot of strategies. My tried and true 100% across the board is still any version of JGS. And uses his version, I think he's using the 13 and he adds fair value gaps, right? Right now is using the 5-minute. I'm not sure, 100% sure which EMAs he's using. But if you think about it, the only reason we call it that is to honor a very beautiful woman who was in our group for a very long time, quite a little while ago. She called it Jenny's golden strategy. She did extremely well. She made a crap ton of money. But in essence, all it is a couple of moving averages as well as the MACD. A lot of times we added ADX for confirmation. Early on, we looked at RSI a little bit, but not very much. Never was a fan of stochastic. So mostly EMAs and MACD. For futures purposes, I have sped it up quite a bit. I'm right now favoring the 5 and the 18. I like the 18 as my stop and the cross as my entry. I like this. It just helps me a little bit stay in the trade. It helps me get a little bit of an earlier entry compared to my regular settings. I still like the 20 quite a bit. I think the 5 and 18 kind of sandwiches the 13. I'm just going to throw out all these numbers and confuse you guys. But the 50 is great too. The 50, in my opinion, lines up quite a bit with the VWAP. It's just late. It's late for the purpose of futures, in my opinion. So in my opinion, I can't be late for futures, right? I've got to be on time. And one thing I did with FX, I did very well, is I always said, one of the things that I constantly talked about was I'd rather be late and right than early and wrong. Because a lot of people are early and wrong, they're wrong. So for me, I wanted that more confirmed entry. It's something I said for a long time, is the confirmed entry. But now to try to find that level of confirmation and confidence, I sped this up a little bit, slightly tighter stops, and we'll see. But as for indicators relating to TradingView, we have quite a bit coming out. We have one that has to do with Fibonacci's. We have one that has to do with fair value gaps. It's very powerful. I think it's going to be awful to try to explain, but if you think about it, it's just mitigating multiple time frame fair value gaps. So when one is taken and swept, you're going down to a smaller time frame, and you're waiting for it to come into another one on the smaller time frame, and you're taking a 2-to-1 trade. It's not going to trade every day. It is very powerful. I think it's a great strategy. It's hard to code because of all the different time frames, but very excited about that. Of course, we've got Inside Out, we've got JGS, we've got Orb. This time of year, actually Trump as president too, but either way, a little hard on the Orb because you're looking for this exact price level, but overall, kind of cool.